Hi, I'm Coach Jim Stroker, and I'd like to give a special thanks to MyFace.org for supporting the R-Zone podcast. MyFace is an incredible organization supporting the cranial facial community and their families. MyFace believes that every person should be valued, respected, and empowered to achieve their greatest potential. Myself and Allie have had the honor of hosting, speaking, and supporting a number of their events. And I hope that you could take a moment of time to learn about MyFace and perhaps make a contribution to this wonderful community. Please show your support and learn more at myface.org. That's myface.org. And thank you for supporting the R-Zone podcast wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
The R-Zone will begin momentarily, but first an introduction to our guest, Joe DiMeo, with special thanks to MyFace and the Virginia B. Tolman Foundation.
Growing up was pretty cool. Super small town. I had two parents growing up. From a very young age, I was doing chores and just working around the house, doing something. It wasn't a couch potato, but I wasn't doing much. I was a homebody in Jersey. Almost dying does make you realize my life can end in an instant. I definitely want to experience a lot more in my lifetime now.
Good kid. Was always a good kid. Always great out. You know, restaurant, anywhere you go. Used to order escargot. Little kid ordering escargot. In school, he's taking Chinese. I guess 8th grade. So he's taking Chinese, right? Anyway, what are you, nuts? Why don't you take Italian?
Wow.
Always full of surprises.
The day before my accident, I did my job, went to the gym, saw my mom at the gym.
Gave him a kiss and goodbye, because that's what we always do. Kiss good morning, a kiss goodbye.
I went golfing with my dad.
He almost beat me.
Clocked in, did my shift, and then I was driving home, and I fell asleep at the wheel. My car veered out to the side of the road, hit a curb, flipped a couple of times, landed on the roof of my car, and caught on fire.
The phone's ringing. Joe was in a car accident. There's stuff all over the road. The car's on fire. I come back. She's sitting in the bed. What happened? I said, it's not good.
The doctors woke me up. You were in a really bad car accident. You're 80% burned. And then your fingertips are amputated off because they were burnt too badly. They look like baby carrots.
When Joe came home, all right, keep moving forward every day. Up every morning, Rocky. Put the Rocky theme song on. Life's gonna hit you hard, it's gonna knock you down, but that doesn't matter. It's how many times you get back up and keep moving forward.
There's a doctor in New York City, Dr. Rodriguez, who did a face transplant, and they're looking to do a face and double hand transplant. Are you willing to do that?
We go out of the hospital, and we're going towards the parking lot. Nobody's talking. And I go, what did that guy say in there? He said a face transplant and hand transplant? And Joe goes, yeah, like Face Off, the movie.
The movie.
He loves that movie.
I remember when he said that he wanted to get his hand so that he could go back to work. This young, attractive guy that had his whole life taken from him just wants to go back to work.
I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. Let's do it.
The fact that Joe said yes to the surgery when no one survived it, that in itself is courageous.
It was really nice to meet someone I've been talking to for like months on end.
I felt a special connection to him almost instantly. The first time we talked on the phone, it was probably 4 to 5 hours.
But you think you'll be single your whole life, and when you actually find that right person, it's actually cool to settle down. I never thought I would actually have a life partner.
From what it was, him on that couch, the way he was, all burnt up like that, they amputated his fingers, everything, till now, miracle.
Hopefully we could do more traveling, exploring new places. Being able to start a family together would be really fun. I would like to see Joe encouraging people and inspiring people. being courageous is being Joe.
It's really cool being a part of the MyFace community now because I can reach out to anyone or they can reach out to me if they need my help. Someone reached out to me and they said I helped them not commit suicide. I never thought I could do that. I did not ask for this whatsoever. I didn't ask for 80% of my skin gone and face into my hand transplant. But I have it now. I'm gonna live it, and I'm definitely living a really good life.
Okay, this is the R Zone podcast, and what we talk about is the R. And when we find people who emulate, who are symbols of the highest level of the R, we try to get them in here. And this guest today, there can be no one. He is the GOAT of the R Zone. So today we're going to be talking to Joe DiMeo, honored by MyFace with the Courage Award. And it's all happening right now on the R Zone. When you put your head on that pillow tonight, you've got one question. Are you glad you did, or do you wish you had?
The R Zone with Coach Jim Stroker.
We've all had people along the way in life who make a lasting impression. For me, one of those people was my high school basketball coach, Jim Stroker. He's coached hundreds of us teenage boys over the years and raised three of the most remarkable kids you'll ever meet.
I have coached hundreds of thousands of games right on these fields right here. But there's only one game that truly counts, and that game is your life. And you will be measured in that game by how you respond. E plus R equal O. The events, many of which are out of your control, plus your response, which is 100% on you, will equal the outcome. And now we're about to lean in on the power of your response. The R Zone. This is a podcast to share conversations on our own hero's journey. These are stories that have shaped my life and the mindset I hope that will help shape yours. This is coaching for life. It's not where we've been. It's all about where we're going. The R Zone is the space between stimulus and response. The R Zone is where you have the power to choose your response.
And now, join Jim Stroker in the R Zone.
Okay, this is a very, very, very special opportunity to talk to someone who truly, as I said earlier, is the epitome of that capital R. As we say, things happen. E plus R equal O. Events happen all the time. But sometimes events occur which almost seem insurmountable, almost too difficult to deal with. But when you run across someone who has taken that event and taken on the courage and the strength to not only deal with it, but embrace it and become better from it. I mean, it's just remarkable, Joe, what you've done. So we welcome Joe DiMeo here. And just a quick, Joe, and I'll hand it over to you. It's back in 2018, and Joe gets called in to do some overtime work that night on the night shift at his job. And Joe works till midnight hours and then heads home. And then lo and behold, that night, Joe falls asleep, as Joe will tell you. And then it happened. 80% of Joe's body is burned as his car flips and burns. And 80% of his body is burned. And it looks like Joe isn't going to make it, right? So Joe is brought in and goes through 3.5 months of an induced comatose state, until finally, after multiple operations, there's this chance, this slim chance, this 6% chance that we could possibly get a facial transplant and hand transplant. And that's the story. It's hard to even imagine how we would, how I would, how you would deal with a situation like this. But Joe's here today to talk about it. And Joe, I welcome you. And, in yoga, we say namaste. That means we basically bow to you, your courage and strength. So welcome, and how are you doing?
I think for having me on. I'm doing pretty good. Had a couple hospital stays before this, but I'm doing pretty good now. Hands are feeling a lot better.
Yeah. So I guess it's about 4 weeks ago in the MyFace gala, the giant gathering, 450 people. They chose one person who has gone through a challenge, who has in some way endured some kind of facial challenge, and that one person was you. How did that feel to be chosen as that symbol of the best?
I felt pretty honored when I got chosen. When Bill told me that you're going to get the Courage Award, I thought, well, that's pretty nice of him to do that. Out of everyone, out there, he chose me. So I thought that was like pretty nice of him, and I felt honored to do it.
Yeah, that's great. And Joe, the amazing thing is what you've gone through and how you've bounced back, right? And you're married to Jessica. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Jessica.
And you have this incredible relationship, and now you're on a mission. What's your mission now, Joe?
I think my mission now is just to help people out and to inspire them, and just for them to like get out of bed and like, do something for the day. If it reaches someone, puts a smile on my face, I think I reached my goal for the day.
I love it.
But other than that, I have people reach out saying I inspire them just to like do something that they were scared to do, or wear something that they never wore before. Because I wear pretty like outlandish clothes when I go out sometimes at like restaurants. And I'm 6'1", I'm pretty big. So I stand out too. So it's like kind of like interesting to see someone with like something outlandish on and then post it online. But then it also encourages people to do that too, because they see me do it. It's like, okay, why can't I do it too?
I love it. So one of the Stoic virtues, one of the Stoic messages was that I believe it was Seneca used to kind of dress up in kind of odd clothes or shave half of his head and go out in public and just not have to feel like he had to react to what was happening. Like, just, this is who I am. And I'm not gonna feel any certain way based on how you're reacting to me. So you're kind of saying, look, this is who I am, and I'm vulnerable. I'm beautiful, and I'm gonna go on my life and show everyone that regardless of what's happened, you can do it, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, because I still wear bell bottoms here and there, you were back in like the 60s or 70s bell bottoms. I think it's just, when I put them on, it's like I get a little chuckle out of them. It's funny. Because I'm not going to let someone that stares at me for 5 to 10 seconds ruin the rest of my day or week.
Yeah.
Because people get stared at every day. So might as well give them something to stare at,
Yeah.
Because they'll stare at me and judge me for however long. And then they'll judge the next person.
Well, let me tell you what I see when I look at you.
Yeah.
I see courage. I see strength. I see vulnerability. I see someone who has some scars, some injuries, who has found this amazing resilience to move forward. I mean, I see the strength that you're portraying, and you just, to me, send a message to everyone that regardless of what's happened, you can still do it. So are you trying to do that, or do you realize that?
Yeah. It's just me at the end of the day. I don't have a persona out there. So
Yeah.
I'm not a couch potato. I'm not a really lazy person. I would love to be a lazy person, but you have to get out of bed and do something for the day.
Yeah.
And if it's something little, when I was burned, brushing my teeth was a goal, because it was very hard for me to brush my teeth when I was burned. It took me 5 minutes just to put toothpaste on, all the pre-step before brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
It took up to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
So just brushing my teeth and letting my dog out, Buster, was a goal. And that's something normal. That takes someone 2 minutes, brush your teeth and then let the dog out.
Amazing.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, for them.
Yeah.
For me, it took 10 minutes to do that. So yeah, I just have to just live my life. And
Joe, let's try to simplify, if we can, for the listener. 80% of your face, your eyelids, your lips are burned basically off. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have no face.
pretty much, yeah, no face, just all burnt.
It's just all burned, right?
Like Freddy Krueger, but with slits for eyes.
Right. And then from heaven, from somewhere bigger than where we are, a donor, a donor, a donating face that fits you and hands comes out of nowhere. And again, trying to understand it, this person obviously wasn't alive, correct?
Yeah, he wasn't. He was pronounced, dead of a stroke. But the heart's still pumping, so the blood is still getting to the face and hands and organs. So it's still a lot like complicated medical stuff. But he was.
So he's still alive.
Yeah, but he's pronounced dead.
Pronounced dead.
But the heart's still pumping for the organs. But once the organs and face was retrieved, they stopped the heart.
Right. And Joe, this person, has already, and again, has signed that he's willing to give his body, not only organs, but face, hands, to anyone that could in some way benefit, right? I mean,
Yeah.
do you feel like that's a miracle, or is this person, or you feel connected to that person at all?
It is a miracle because, I'm assuming it's just for organs alone with the donation, not a face and hands. Yeah. So the donation foundation had to, ask the family members or whoever was there, are you willing to also donate his face and hands? So I had to, give, big gratitude and, thankful for the family for, giving me a second chance.
Yeah. Well, right now you sound enthusiastic, excited, passionate about your life, ready to go. I mean, do you fall into bouts of, like everyone, of feeling anxious or somewhat depressed? I mean, is there parts of that you incur, as a normal person?
Oh, yeah. I have my sad days, my happy days. I was never, depressed or nothing. But, definitely sad. A couple of weeks ago, I was sad, just because I was, nothing was going I kept dropping things and my hands are hurting.
Yeah.
My phone camera broke. That was a mess.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I have my down days, but it's just, those are, just learning days. So when I have, a sad or a down day, it's okay, why was I sad? Why was I down? Let's learn from that. And let's try not to have that day again, but I most likely will have it again.
Wow, I love that. So when you feel a bit off, sad or anxious or depressed or down, it's a signal your body's changing or you're learning something. So to actually pause, take the time, and try to really reflect on what you are learning here, and that can help you breach your way out of that?
Yeah, I like to take my dog on a walk in the woods. Something by a water, flowing water, or a lake is super nice.
Yeah.
But just getting away from people, just turning your phone off, going to walk in the woods with your dog.
Yeah.
That helps me. Or driving a car when I have a cool car to drive.
Yeah. That
also helps me out.
Yeah. So when someone sees you and they do this face, wow. What is that face? How do you handle that face? The face I give when I see you is wow, incredible. And I'm saying incredible. What a courageous guy. And you might be interpreting as, wow, poor guy. How do you differentiate between someone who sees you as a hero and someone who feels sad about you?
In the beginning, it was interesting to take that in because you don't know what to expect from someone.
Yeah.
So I just kind of at first it was up and down, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. But I'm also a curious person, so if I saw someone that looked like me, I would be curious too and ask the question.
Yeah.
But now you have to kind of come numb to it, which is kind of upsetting, but you have to come numb to it to like not have those ups and downs, because you're gonna have that high of, well, I get called a hero.
Yeah.
But as soon as it says, oh, I'm sorry for you, or I couldn't do that, or like I would have killed myself at that point, or before when I was burned, they said, oh, I would have killed myself before that.
Right.
And it's like, well, like I had to numb everything, and that's not healthy to numb it, but you have to.
Yeah. So thousands and thousands of teenagers, young adults, and even adults base their day on how they look. They base their day on whether their hair is the right way, they look in their mirrors, they're on giving selfie smiles. It's all based on the way they look. That's what they base their day on. And you have dealt with that in a different way. So what would you say to a 13-year-old kid that had their joy be stolen because they're comparing themselves to other people? Like, what would you say to them?
The obvious thing is, like, don't compare yourself, but that's hard. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because that took me years to understand that as an adult, let alone a teenager going through, everything in life. Like everything's getting thrown at them.
Yeah.
Especially with these phones now, everything is getting thrown at them.
Yeah.
So, like, you just have to be your own person and find your own way, instead of looking at celebrities that have a lot of money to change how they look instantly.
Yeah.
Because they don't look like that in person. They kind of look like you in person.
Yeah.
All messed up and everything. So just,
yeah.
For me, it's just you have to be funny and confident.
Oh, that's interesting. So you bring a state of joy into this, and a little bit of lightness, and maybe even a smile, the hint of a smile. Like you bring a little funny into this, and this confidence level makes people like enamored by you. Like we're not looking at Jalen Brunson. We're looking at Brunson times 10. Because Brunson is a superstar because he performed in a really high stakes environment. And Joe DiMeo, like, guess what? That's harder than winning the NBA title. Yeah. And you did it. And you've got that smile, look of confidence, and you articulate beautifully. So how do you formulate words or take all those things in your head and make it sound so eloquent? Because you're a beautiful speaker.
After that, I might sound dumb because I don't think. I just say it how I just say it. And sometimes I put my foot in my own mouth when I just say it how I say it.
And that's good.
But at least you know where I stand, because I'm not gonna like lie or nothing. I'm just gonna say it how it is. Like, for example, with my mom.
Yeah.
At a certain age, you get a certain smell, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, you had that old person smell now, and you have to get rid of your perfumes from the 80s and get newer perfumes."
Have you ever thought about being a comedian?
No, God, no. I cannot do stand-up. I think stand-up is a whole nother game, because now everyone's focused on you, and you have to be funny. And every comedian's like, oh, I bombed the first 5 times. I don't think I can handle the first 10 minutes of bombing. So, yeah, like, I also took my mom to the mall and got her new perfume.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not just going to say, like, hey, you smell bad. I'm also going to help you figure it out.
Yeah.
And help you. And then also not judge you after.
Yeah. We're just watching you like a hawk, Joe. I mean, we're listening, but we're watching how well you handle yourself, how confident you come across, how focused you are. And really, we watch you having fun in a place where others might, not have fun. And that gives us strength to watch people like you. So are you doing much speaking yet out there in the world?
Not doing a lot of speaking events. Whoever reaches out to me, I'll do it for them.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how to start that process of
Yeah.
like reaching out and put myself out there.
Okay.
Because I do have social media and everything. But when I do speaking events, it's like, it's super cool to see everyone like be inspired in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's also like an intimate connection in that moment, because I'm
Yeah.
staying out there with, like, I also wear like shorts and short sleeves when I do speaking events, so they can see all my scars and burns, and see the way I dress, like, look how I dress, you know, like, see everything.
You expose your scars. You let other people see your vulnerabilities, and you do it with an air of confidence.
Yeah, and, like, also seeing Jessica, and she looks next to me with all the scars. It's like, those kids are like, okay, how did he do that, you know? And then they get inspired by that, so, you know.
Yeah. There's a great Japanese term, and I hope I don't butcher this, but, you know, it's called Kintsugi. Kintsugi was started back in the 16th century, where these beautiful pieces of pottery or bowls would fall, Joe. They'd fall and they'd crack open, and they were a mess. And the normal response would be, well, throw it away. But what they did, Joe, is they took a gold-filled lacquer and they put it back together, exposing all the cracks, like letting people see the cracks in it. And lo and behold, they became the most cherished pieces there were, because people saw in themselves that having those cracks, having those scars, having those challenges, is what makes you so unique, special, and strong. So in a way, that's what you're doing, going, here I am. You know, I'm coming. I'm not hiding, right? So it's incredible.
And like, it's always good to see the imperfection, because everyone has imperfections.
Oh, tell me more about that.
You know, no one's perfect. Everyone's going to have a pimple one day, then the next day it's going to be gone. You're going to have alfalfa one day. Like, especially with my hair, I get super frizzy and Jersey. So I have to put, like, a lot of product in it or wear a hat. So, yeah, you're never going to be perfect at the end of the day. So just, you have to take it in all at once and just try to enjoy it.
Well, Joe, I take a little... I'm not happy. No one's. I mean, Joe, are you sure no one's perfect? Because I dressed all up the right way, and I hid my bald head with this hair so you wouldn't see that I'm not perfect. And you know, all I'm going to do is run around and try to make people know I'm perfect, and be anxious, upset, and feel really depressed. So you're the elixir. Going, you know what, guys? Be you, right? This is who I am.
Oh, yeah, everyone's going to get older and change. So like. And that's like that's life. And it's like, why get Botox? You're gonna get wrinkles no matter what. You know, like Jessica's like, oh, I want Botox. I'm like, why? Then when you smile, your face is gonna stay the same, don't you? I prefer the wrinkles, so it's like, you know, who cares? You're gonna get wrinkles no matter what. Yeah. Why dwell on it? You know?
Yeah. So did you ever dream when you were 16, 17, this was gonna be your life?
Oh, no. When I was like 16, 17, I thought I'd be like rich with a nice car and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that I'd be the first successful facing double hand trans in the world.
Yeah. So you never knew you were going to be a hero.
Oh, no. Like, I never knew, like, just a guy from a small town in Jersey be like this inspirational. Because, like, you're going to get the same Joe on a podcast all you are in ShopRite, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I like being the same person.
So, Joe, your level of faith, your spirituality, how much you believe there's a higher force that may have had something to do with this decision to have you become a hero. Like, where are you on that, if you don't mind me asking?
I think there's something out there. Like, I grew up Catholic. My parents put me in a CCD class, so I understand all the religions. But like during all the recovery time, I didn't really have time to think about like all the spiritual stuff, and I was more focused on like walking again or doing a sit up.
Yeah.
But like I would like to come back as a ghost and like, you know, trip people up the stairs or knock a picture off the wall here and there, just to get a little jump scare. You know, have a little joke here and there. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
So when you came out of the coma, 3.5 months. You're an induced coma. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I could not swallow. I could not walk. You couldn't do anything, right? You were in a like a 20-year-old baby, correct?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And you had to relearn everything, right? And you told me before we started there was a person there that never, ever, ever, never, ever missed a day being with you. Like it wasn't like, well, I'll try my best. They were there every, and who was that?
My mom was there every day.
Yeah, she showed up every day.
Every
right?
day, yeah. My dad was there,
Yeah.
but I told him to take care of the dogs. The dogs are more important. So my mom stayed there all the time to talk to me or whatever. And
So how do you think your mom found the strength to be there every day?
I think that's just how she is.
Was she
Yeah.
doing it for her son?
Yeah, she's doing it for her son. The doctors kept saying, he's gonna die,
Yeah.
get a high fever and
Yeah.
everything. So she's, she wants to be there every day just in case if I did go.
So she found the strength to be there because it was about others. It was about you, right? Now here comes Joe. He's better. And he now has this incredible wife. And one day, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, you'd like to be a dad, correct?
Oh yeah, one day.
And all the people that are out there, all this community of people that are hurting this morning, that are really in a bad place, those are the people that you've got to find your strength for, correct? And you could change. You told me about a story that happened, if you want to share it, last week. Do you want to share that or not?
Yeah, so like about a week ago, someone reached out to me, a big story, and like they said like my story helped them not commit suicide. And after reading that, it took me about like a day or two to get back, and because that's something heavy. Like I've had that reached out to me before, but this one was like a lot more detailed, and I was like, whoa, like didn't expect that one like that to happen out of nowhere. Because like right now, I'm not really posting that much, just because of busyness, and I was in a hospital, and just to have that out of nowhere, just
Yeah.
it inspired me to keep posting now.
Yeah. Well, that's what our main goal is here. I mean, our main goal is to create this podcast and put it out to as many people that need help, hope, and inspiration that we can show it to. And you don't need to say anything. It's just Joe being here going, you know what, guys, no matter where you're at, no matter what's happening today, take a deep breath, put your life into perspective. I mean, you're really upset about that sweater you lost? Yeah. Oh my gosh, you didn't get into that college? What? The hamburger's underdone? And you're like, hey guys, come on. I mean, you've put life in perspective now, right? And you're just so grateful. You said it earlier, Joe. You're alive. You got a second chance, right?
I actually technically a third chance because of my burns and then the transplant, because my doctor always says, every time I met my doctor, you can die in the surgery.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you can technically die getting your wisdom tooth pulled out, because you get put under.
Yeah.
So like that also never bothered me when he said that.
Yeah.
But hopefully I do put life in perspective, because like at one point, I couldn't even like pick up a fork, or brush my hair or shave, and that's something people do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Or even like, put my socks on. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Put socks on our buttons.
Yeah. So you're so grateful that this morning you could actually put your socks on.
Yeah, I had to get special socks, like loose socks and everything, or if I have compression socks, Jessica will help me put them on because I can't do it all, or she'll do the buttons for me.
Yeah. So what you are is a freaking warrior. You're like the toughest, kindest, most gentle, caring, loving, tough ass I've ever met. And you are. And you're bound and determined to make a difference. Joe, I've been sent here to tell you one thing. Everything happens for a reason. Somebody told me to tell you that, and they live up top. Everything happens for a reason. And the reason for you to go through this is so that you could reach that state of heroism. You're it. And believe me, you can help thousands of people, not by what you say, but by what you do. So as you move forward, get to these speaking events, go out and help people, they're going to watch your courage. And you're the epitome of it. So, we only have time for like one or two more questions, but I would like to know, you've got 3 dogs?
Yeah, so I actually DM'd Jessica about her dog, Kirkland.
Oh.
And that's how we got connected. because of my dog Buster, who are both Boston Terriers.
Yeah.
And then about a year ago, we got our dog Ranger, who's a pit bull, a Blueness pit bull.
Yeah.
So we got like a puppy just to, see how it would be with a kid,
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Ranger's doing good.
Yeah. And you find a lot of solace, a lot of calmness, tranquility when you're with your dog, right? The dog makes you feel what?
Oh, yes. Like, Buster was a huge part of my recovery in my burns because when no one was there, everyone's out, and it's just me and Buster home alone.
Yeah.
It's like you truly don't know what it feels like to be alone.
Yeah.
So you're actually like alone when people
Yeah.
are like judging and everything.
Yeah. So final one, like the courage. Courage is kind of a fun word. You see it on walls. You see it in quotes. But courage has one part to it that maybe is misunderstood. You can't show courage or be brave unless you're scared. Unless you're really not so comfortable doing something that is uncertain what the outcome's going to be. So you went into this situation, and maybe, you correct me if I'm wrong, you really didn't have a choice in it. Like, it wasn't you going, I'll go. I think the universe gave you the situation because they realized that you were the person who was supposed to be doing what you're doing. So how do you tell kids to handle difficult situations, things that make you nervous? Like what's the elixir to courage and brave, and how do you do it?
I mean, it's just accepting failure. Like going to the grocery store, for me that takes a lot of courage because I have to use two hands just to pick up a jar and then put it in a carriage. Then I have to repeat that process of checking out, putting it in a bag, taking out of the bag. So and people are obviously staring at grocery stores. So you have to just learn to fail and be accepting the failure.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder, doing it, accepting failure, because who wants to fail?
Yeah.
But just failing is I failed so many times this morning with like dropping my phone, dropping my hairbrush.
Yeah.
So I spilled my coffee on my white shirt this morning. So that was a big fail,
Well, our friend that we talked about before, Jalen Brunson, who seems to be the new king of New York, he said there's no such thing as failure, just learning. He said every time you make a mistake, you're just learning. And so, if you look at it with a different mindset, maybe, you this morning were willing to, vulnerable enough, freaking tough enough to get in there and not be able to do it perfectly because you're brave. That's the answer.
Oh, yeah. Like, he'll miss the first free shot, but he's going to learn and make the second one.
Right. So last one, Joe. So all those people that kind of look at you and a lot of them are going, holy shit, this guy is tough. And some are going, the poor guy. What would you put on your shirt? Like what message? When people look at you, it should be like, hey guys, you can do this too. So hang in there, or you know what? I might be afraid, but I don't hide. I mean, what's the shirt that you'd like to wear, the message that everyone could see and look at when they look at you? And that's a tough question.
A good message I could put is, I didn't ask for this life, but I'm going to live it anyways.
Oh, I love it. I didn't ask for this life, but with a big B, I'm going to live it like fully. And I am going to take it right here and turn it upside down. You are a black belt.
Purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Well, is purple as high as black?
A black belt is the highest belt, yeah.
Well, you're black. I mean, look, I'm enamored by your jiu-jitsu, expertise. I'm enamored by but you're a black belt in life.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've taken the hardest thing you could take and you've embraced it and flipped it upside down. That's what black belts do. So, Joe, I really want to say thank you so much for making the effort to come in. And thank you to MyFace for all your support. And you can visit myface.org. It's an incredible nonprofit that is looking for help and support. And we really would love you to donate to that. And you can find me at coachstroker.com. So please follow us on all the socials for this episode updates and this incredible update. And if you can, please, hit subscribe on the podcast. And Joe, if you, could just say one last thing to anybody that's watching, what would you say?
Just, stay in your own lane, focus on yourself, and don't let people staring at you or anyone judgment, ruin your day.
I love it. You are it, Joe. Thanks a million for being here, and thanks for being. You got this right here on your shirt right now. It says, rebuilt with resilience, strong and 80% gone, but 100% strong. You are it, baby. Thanks, Joe, so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Follow Joe DiMeo on socials and check out 80percentgone.com for updates, merch, and to purchase Joe's latest book. And a very special thanks to MyFace. Please show your support, donate, and learn more at myface.org.
Let's get you into the R Zone. Coach Jim Stroker has provided a bridge for inspiration and hope for people all over the world. Are you ready to transform your life and your leadership skills? Invite Coach Stroker to inspire your students or motivate your teams, offering personalized keynote speeches, dynamic workshops, inspirational life coaching, and comprehensive leadership training from Fortune 500 companies to students all over the country to nonprofits and individuals. Empower yourself to become the best version of you with Coach Jim Stroker. For speaking, workshops, training, or coaching, work with Jim Stroker. Visit CoachStroker.com to start your journey today. Let's get into the R Zone.
For more, follow Coach Jim Stroker on socials. And be sure to subscribe to the R Zone podcast, available on all major platforms, including Spotify and YouTube.
This production was recorded at Ignite Creator Studios, Digital Media and Content Strategy. Visit IgniteCreatorStudios.com.